All right, I believe we are now live. We'll give it a minute just to make sure everything's connected. I'm gonna go check it out in the group here. See if I can see it. Yeah, I see the video. All right, so we should be good to go. Welcome everybody. My name is Ines McNeil and I'm the founder of the Modern Dog Trainer. And today I have a student here with me who's gone through the Modern Dog Trainer Academy, where I teach dog trainers, talented dog trainers, how to make six figures with their businesses right out of the gate, or if you're an existing business, how to really refresh and re-energize your business for more sustainability and profitability. So Heidi is going to share kind of her experience today, how she's gone from 2K a month to now 8K or more a month. And I'm really excited for you guys to have the opportunity to hear how she did that. All right, so Heidi, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Awesome, thanks. Hi, everybody. My name is Heidi McLott, and I'm the owner of Podger-Sized Dog Training, and I'm based in North Central Ohio. And I've been training dogs for a little over 26 years, nothing formal until the last several years. I did have a pet sitting dog walking business for a while, and that was a lot of running around, so I kind of changed things back. I started off originally working with police type of dog training, and now I'm solely 100% force-free. And that's what's drawing people to me, to here in Ohio, is a force-free aspect.
Oh, beautiful. Tell us a little bit about why you wanted to start your own dog training business and why you went from kind of hobby dog training for a while to now really wanting this to be, you know, your career, your business.
Well, it was a hobby very much in the very beginning. I started learning from a former boyfriend and really enjoyed the aspect of working dogs. Malinois are my most favorite breed ever, but they're not a breed that I want to own. I think I am now, especially. But working dogs, I've always been drawn to that, even before he introduced me to it. And we were together for several years. Unfortunately, when we split, he got the training club, I got the dog, which was fine. I won on that end because I got my little Westie. You know, I've had many careers in my life and I've always been drawn to dogs. I've had dogs all my life and big breeds. If I don't have an animal in my home, I feel like my house is too quiet, kind of like when all the kids grow and leave.
Yeah.
I did work for a big box store as a trainer for a while and felt like I was failing a large portion of the community because the dogs that needed my help weren't suitable to come to that environment. So that's kind of what pushed me over the edge to really go for it, so to speak. And the last couple of years, I'd say 3 years now, I've been just solely working on dog training. I was at my farm for a while with a little building on the farm. Now I'm doing privates and day training in clients' homes or out in public. And things are going fantastic. I love it. I love seeing how the dog and the owner relationship really forms and how that communication opens up. That's what drives me.
Yes, that is just so beautiful to see that develop and really see each, you know, the human and the dog really understand each other from a new perspective. Yes. Tell us a little bit about why you do what you do. You know, what is it about dog training that really has compelled you to take it on?
Well, first, it's a selfish reason. I love dogs and I can't stand it when I see someone struggling with their animal and trying to find a way to help them really drives me. And having a flexible schedule, you know, I work maybe 12 hours a week. And some weeks it's less than that. I very rarely go over 12 weeks or 12 hours in a week. But when I do, my days are packed. And that means physically going to the clients' homes. But it doesn't only mean that I'm not working with the clients for those 2 hours. I also spend some office hours as well. So total probably about maybe 20 hours a week I work. But it never feels like it. So yeah, I love helping people and their dogs. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, and so I'm so glad you highlight that because that's one of the things I really focus on too, right? Is making sure you're building a business that's sustainable and that you're not going to be working 80 hours a week just to reach that 6-figure goal, right?
Right.
It's really all about sustainability and avoiding burnout, because that is probably the biggest threat to the best trainers in the industry, right? Is the fact that they often will overwork and burn themselves out. And then many people just flat out leave the industry. And I hate seeing that happen. Tell me a little bit about what was going on in your business before the academy. Like what were you going through? What did that look like?
Well, on a personal level, I had a husband who recently passed away, and he was battling leukemia for 2 years. So trying to work and make an income to help take care of us, having flexibility to be able to do what he needs to do with all the doctor's appointments that were all an hour away.
Yeah.
I couldn't really focus on the business, and I wasn't really wanting to at that point because he was my primary focus.
Yeah.
So I was feeling great success, but then I started realizing I'm doing a lot of running around and a lot of work for very little money, putting a lot of time into it, not getting a return. And it's not just about the money, but that's why we work. I mean, if we weren't getting paid, we wouldn't do anything, right? So since he's passed away, I joined the program, and this is when things have exploded. And it's been wonderful for me mentally and physically, because I decided that I want to move in the next year or two down south. And this program is getting my business on track so I can make that move and have a sustainable business here, transfer it or open another one down south where I want to live. So I was struggling and kind of fumbling about, and now I kind of have a clearer path, and it just feels more clear. I don't even know how to describe it. It just feels more clear.
Yeah.
And I become hyper focused, and the modules really made me think about things that I didn't think about before. It wasn't groundbreaking information, but you just don't think about this stuff. You're so focused on the day to day that the big picture is very important, very important. And that's what this program has been helping me do, really kind of hone in on it and not get that tunnel vision, and have tunnel vision, because I'm kind of, I'm very out there and I have all these ideas. So the program has kind of helped me stay focused with tunnel vision.
Oh, beautiful. Tell us a little bit about like what kind of things were you offering in your business, as services, like what kind of clients were you working with, that kind of thing before the academy?
So I was doing group classes. I have a small building on the farm I was training in, and I was doing 3 dogs. So usually 6 owners at a time. I was only charging about $135 for 6 weeks of classes per client. Then I would have clients, I don't know, I probably would be busy about 10 or 12 hours a week. But, when you've got 1, 2, or 3 people, it just, I don't know, it just seemed like very labor intensive. There had to have been an easier way to do it.
Yeah.
And the group classes were good, but I didn't feel like I was getting the clients what I really needed, which was me. So when I have to share myself, it's hard. And I kind of changed my whole process. I don't really do the group classes anymore. And the one-on-ones are where my heart is, because we get better results and the clients feel like they're really being elevated. They're my number one priority when we're together. So the group classes, they're important, but they're not my main focus anymore.
Interesting. I like it. What do you think, you were missing before? What were the problems that you were experiencing before the academy?
Well, there's lots of things that I wanted to do. Offering programs for people to do virtually, like the self-taught modules. I had no clue. I see all these things on Facebook popping up, $27, $299, and you can sign up and have this 6-week class. I had no idea how to build that. So I felt like I was really missing out on an opportunity to draw in some passive income. And also, trying to really figure out social media and how to make how to build a program as well. So there's lots of moving parts with that. But what drew me in mostly was, well, having someone to tell me what to do and how to do it. That's great, of course. But the whole how to build my program from the inside out. That's what drew me in, for sure.
Yeah. And what do you think you were missing though, like with your business before the academy that really has changed, I guess, over the last few weeks?
A clear goal. A clear
Yeah.
goal, really knowing what do I want my business to be and where do I see it going in the future.
Yeah.
I was just kind of there, really just
Yeah.
kind of flopping about and was uncertain.
Yeah.
And I think I was missing some very important tools and support as well. The program, not just yourself or Megan, but the others in the program, I was missing that support network as well. So that's been beneficial. I post questions all the time in the group and I get really good feedback from people. So that was a huge thing I was missing as well.
Oh yeah. Awesome. Walk me through kind of what your experience has been working with me, with the Academy, my team, walk me through what that has looked like for you.
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to say that it's been a great experience for the sole fact that I feel like when we connect, it's us. It's not like I'm just some number,
No, yeah.
not just someone in a line. Also, if I have questions, I feel like I have the support. Working with Megan, I love it when we do our group calls because she always has that one little aspect that, oh, I'm going to write that down.
Yeah.
She's always got that little bit of insight. So with working with you and the team, I'm hearing other ideas. The whole saying, this is the way we've always done things. That's not true. And the way everybody else is doing things, there's something to be learned from that.
Mm-hmm.
With you personally, it's keeping me focused. With your program you've designed, it's really got it lined out for me step by step on how to start and to reorganize my program from my signature program to my ideal client. I had no idea that was a thing. And that's what's and learning to value my services. I mean, that's what I've benefited from the team and from you is just allowing myself to have a way to get the support and then kind of see it written out, what's important. And then you guys keeping us on track. It's not that you're babysitting us, but there's always something to learn. Asking questions is a fantastic thing. And, if anybody knows me, I'm a question master. I always ask questions because my brain never stops. So, the group calls I love. So that's something that I really, really benefit. We all can kind of get together and from all over the world actually. And I pick up something from every group class, from every group call. I pick something up. Yeah. And to me, that's a huge benefit. That's huge.
I love it. Awesome. All right. So let's talk a little bit about where you were at, like money wise, revenue wise, before you joined the program, and then where you're at now. What does that look like?
So when I started doing the group classes on my farm, maybe $500 to $1,000 a month. Sometimes not even that.
Yeah.
Then it kind of grew. Before the program, I was up to about maybe $2,000 to $3,000. I raised my prices a little bit and kind of changed some things up. And so about $2,000 to $3,000 was the most I was able to get to. And I was really worried that how am I going to have sustainable business? Yeah. Originally, I thought making $30,000 or $40,000 a year would be a great goal. It seemed like a lot of money.
Yeah.
But you figure in all the time, the gas, the insurance, because I'm insured, I have multiple insurance policies. That just wasn't going to sustain me or my family. So, $2,000 to $3,000, it seemed great at the time, and I was happy with it, but I just wanted more, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I think that and that's one of the exercises I have my students go through is like, let's really take a tally of like all the expenses that you have and then all the expenses and savings that you want to have right on top of that in the future. And so once you start really realizing the just cost of living in general and the savings that you want to have, which I think is important, you can really start to see like why you really need to be charging a lot more. And then obviously I teach you how to go about that.
Right.
So tell us.
Well, I was going to add, it's not just about the money either, but it's learning how to prioritize your time.
Yes.
And there's a lot of time wasting that can happen if you don't stay focused. So that's another thing that I was lacking before the program. I was kind of focused, but I wasn't. So getting in the program, not just financially has helped me, but it's really mentally helped me, not just focus, but I've got better bookkeeping now, and I have better note taking, just overall better process.
Wow.
Okay.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that? Like what was your time management like before the program?
A notebook, honestly, a notebook and a little day planner. I'd write everything in.
Yeah.
And I didn't really have a plan. I just was kind of doing it. So I felt like I was kind of flopping around, just like a fish out of water. Didn't really have a good process. And
Mm,
I'm a policy person. I used to work for a university, and policies was my thing. So
yeah.
that's why I ask questions, and having a good policy is important to me. So even though this isn't policy related necessarily, but having a flow and sticking to it in a process. So I'm
Yeah.
kind of that person. I need to be told, you go stand there and you figure out how to do that. Once you do that, then you can move to the next station. That's kind of how this has worked.
Yes. I love it. Awesome. Yeah, that is super, super important, and that's something I personally discovered is like once I had a kid, that just like completely like made me prioritize time to, as much as I could, because that really uh, was important to me. I have seen like, those interviews out there that are like, they ask like the 90, 100-year-old person, what do you regret or something? And they always say, I should have spent more time with my kids. And so I didn't want to be that person.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing for me is flexibility in the last several years has been
Yeah.
important. I have
Yeah.
to have flexibility.
Yeah.
Not just with my husband who was ill, but my family, all my kids and grandkids all live out of state.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was tired of being tied down and not going. Now I can hop and I can go when I need to. I can adjust my schedule as it works. And
Yeah.
I can even take work with me. I have my laptop here on vacation, and I can take my laptop with me and still do some things.
Yes.
And the flexibility is huge. It is. And after being tied down in a university setting for so long, I never wanted that again. I'm not a 9 to 5 person, not at
Yeah.
all. I don't want to be tied into that. And this has given me the opportunity to have a better life, better quality of life.
Yeah.
I'm at the beach right now. So, it's great. It's fantastic.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. It's the perfect time to schedule the interview.
Yeah, it's great.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So tell us a little bit about where you are now, time wise. You kind of already hinted that you're at, about 20 hours a week or less of like general like work time with and without clients. What does your revenue look like now on a monthly basis?
I'm steadily between 7 to 9,000 on average. I'd say if I were to take the last 3 months, I would say it would be right around $8,000, give or take a little. And the way things are looking in the next 3 months, I'm anticipating, I have lots of things coming up, and I'm anticipating breaking the 10,000 mark probably by July or August.
Wow.
And then just from there growing. I took the standard operating procedure thing, and I kind of took that, and then I expanded it out and planned out what I want to do to get my banking account to a higher place. So I've got things planned for the months ahead to get
Beautiful.
me to that, and none of it's costing me a dime.
Beautiful.
I do zero. I do paid zero ads. I don't pay for a single thing. That's another thing before. When I was kind of floundering about, I was paying for Facebook boosts and different types of things. And I would get my name out there, but I wasn't really getting anything back from it. So that was something that I didn't know that I should or shouldn't do it. I didn't know what else to do. But now, honestly, to get me to that point, what's doing it is my 5-star reviews from my clients. That's what's doing it. And then the students that are coming back for additional sessions. So, and then the word of mouth. So I see myself in the future, probably by the end of summer, breaking 10,000 a month. Could be more if I really apply myself. So I'm on track. My goal is within the next 1 year, next 12 months, I want to gross $100,000.
Yes.
And I'm getting close to being on track with that.
Yes. Oh my goodness. That's amazing. I mean, for those of you guys watching, how many of you have paid for that Facebook boost feature? I know they really, really push it in your face. So let me know in the comments if you've ever tried the little Facebook boost option on your posts. I know that you are definitely not the only one. I mean, I I maybe have done it once just to see what would happen, but I know that ads are so particular and so specific and so, minute. Like there's so many little settings. You really have to know what you're doing. And so, I think that once you master the organic, like unpaid marketing, then you're more equipped, you know what gets people to reach out to you, you know what to say. And so you need to really master that before you start messing around with ads, because if you're paying and the things that you're saying on those ads are not resonating with people, you're not going to see a return on that ad payment, right? So
you get no traction from it.
Yeah.
So you feel good because you physically have done something about it, but the return is just not existent.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that pains me when I see trainers, spending their hard-earned money on these Facebook ads, and it just really doesn't go anywhere. So yeah, a few people have raised their hand at that.
Well, as far as where I see my business going in the future as well is, I want to move down south, and I want to be close to the beach, and I want to have a great life.
Yes.
And in order to get me to there where I can sustain my own self, I've not lived on my own for 21 years. I've been with my husband. So I really need to make sure that I'm prepared for that. And this is what this program is offering me. So I'm getting really prepared, Inez, to be kicking myself out of the nest and relocating down to an area where I don't know one single person. And the longer I work on this and follow the plan, it's getting me there. It's working. It's getting me there.
Beautiful. Can you tell me more about why you feel more confident now? Like why is it getting you there? What are the things that you're, learning?
I have clear objectives now. Very clear. Understanding what I'm worth and not giving away stuff for free anymore. If you're a trainer, oh my goodness, so my dog does this or this or this, what can I do? I've got my gear on now here at the beach, and hey, my dog does both. Oh, I regretted bringing it and wearing it when I'm out in public, because there's always at least one person when you're out that wants, free piece of information. It's one of those things where you have to really prioritize what you want to do. And this is what I keep going back to the program, but that's what this has done for me. It's helped me prioritize and, trying to keep things moving forward. It's not always easy because you can kind of there's those days, where I'm doing really well and then I'll be really down, but I've learned to tell myself that the days that are kind of lower and slower with the phone calls, they're going to pick back up. Today, I've had 3 calls already. And yesterday, I had 1. So it goes with the flow. And I think people know I'm on vacation too. So we'll chalk it up to that.
Awesome. No, and that's, I think, one of the things that I've heard from actually several students now is that, whether they need to take a break for something else or they're moving, they now have the tools to pick it back up right away, when they're ready. And to have that confidence in yourself, to have those tools, how does that make you feel?
Empowered.
Yeah.
And able to take care of myself at the age and the stage of life I am.
Yeah.
It makes me, I know that I can pack up and I can just move. I know I can do it. And it makes me feel empowered. It makes me feel blessed, and it makes me feel so happy. And also a little bit of proud of myself too, for being able to push myself to do it.
Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah. For me, having those tools definitely makes me feel, safe too, like that safe. I have, I can take care of myself wherever I am. So that's really, really awesome. Okay. So tell me a little bit about what has been like the biggest help to overcome some of those problems that you had initially before joining the Academy.
Well, there were certain modules that were really helpful.
Yeah.
They help me make a plan and rethink stuff. So when we had to do some of those exercises to, figure out who our ideal client is, it really makes you think, gosh, do I really need to just deal with everybody and anybody? Now I want to, but I feel like I can pick and choose who I work with now. And when I do that, I get a better result, of course, because I'm not going against what my gut's telling me. Before I don't know, the confidence is just there.
Yeah.
And, what was the original question? I'm sorry, I got off track. There's some people walking by outside. Sorry.
Oh, nice. I guess what has been the biggest help to overcome your challenges?
Okay. So, the support and the structure of the program, and knowing where I want my business to go, and being able to get it written down on paper, and really defining what I want to do in the future and what I don't want to do.
Right.
And having it all written out. I'm a notebook and paper, pen kind of girl. I like to write everything down. So for the Academy, I've got 2 different books. And then for the other stuff outside that, I've got like 5 books. I write things in, journaling and just ideas, and getting my thoughts down on paper, and really being able to, I've created some algorithms for myself, for different scenarios, and journaling has helped me do that, and getting things down on paper. And it's amazing how it's simplistic it sounds, but really getting it written and looking at it and then prioritizing off of that has helped my brain kind of goes everywhere, squirrel, as you saw earlier. So it's just helped me realize that I can do it first and foremost, that I want to do it. And I feel like I have the support, and I feel like I have the skills now that I can do it. And it didn't take long. Literally when I first started, I was doing not just the main module, but I was working on like 3 other modules at the same time. The first month in March, I cranked out, I couldn't even tell you how many things. I had stacks of papers that I printed, and I was doing all this stuff. And that's why I saw such a huge boost. I was working on multiple things. Literally, I was up till midnight every night for about the first month.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And when I wasn't working, I was on I wanted to get it going. And as soon as I got through the first module, which I thought, oh gosh, I'm never going to do this. I'm never going to be able to. Once I started going further along, it just became easier. And then I was excited. Oh, I have to wait. Oh, I have to wait for the next one. And I'd always try to see if I can get in earlier, and it wouldn't let me in.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Make you guys go in order for good reasons.
There is. And there's reasons for it. And it does make sense.
Yes. I love it. Okay. What would be, 1 to 2 pieces of advice that you would have loved to give yourself or others that are maybe where you were, what would you like to say to them?
Oh gosh, that's a hard one there. There's a lot. First, figure out what you really want to do, and go with what makes you happy. Those kind of go together.
Right.
I've had multiple careers in my life, and they were jobs, they were good, they paid well, great benefits, but I wasn't fulfilled. So first, find something that's going to make you happy, and make a plan to get yourself there. Also surround yourself with others who will lift you up and offer you support. So that's what your group has offered to me, is that support. Even though I've not physically met anybody, I've given some referrals out to some of the girls in the group already, because of things that I can't handle or don't handle. So now I've got this huge network. When I say huge, it's 10 or 12, but before I had none. I had no network to refer out to or to reach out to, people who were, thinking like I was. So those are the 2 biggest things, is the support, and also, doing what I feel good about, and then realizing that I can do it and be successful.
Yeah. Awesome.
Stick with what you love, and learn as much as you can, and make sure you find a good group to support you, or at least one person. And it's a huge difference. Just someone saying you can do it. Right. I mean, that's kind of what your whole thing has done, is you guys can do it. I've proven this can happen. And that's what motivated me to do it.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Okay. So amazing story. I'm just so proud of you and so happy for you. And I think that it's gonna, sharing your story today is really going to help inspire a lot of people to think differently of their business, or think that they can actually do it themselves, which, you know, I think if you just put your mind to it, I think you absolutely can. There's never been more resources and tools at your disposal, thanks to technology and stuff nowadays. So really, really awesome story. Thank you so much for sharing. If, for those of you watching, this is something that you want to experience for yourselves, I would love to get to know you a little bit better and see what makes sense for you. So if you are really excited to step up for your business and see what's next, put "I'm next" in the comments, and myself or my assistant Gina will reach out to you to connect and see kind of what makes sense for you. And we'll have a conversation about whether or not the Academy is a good idea for you or not. At a high level, the Academy is really structured to walk you through how you want to run your business, how you want to build your own six-figure business, right? It gives you the tools, the formulas, the coaching that you need in order to design a business that's going to be not only more profitable, but more sustainable, so that you're able to be in the industry, be in your business for the long term and not burn out, and help more dogs as a result of that. So if this sounds interesting to you, put "I'm next" in the comments, and we'll be following up with you through probably private message. All right. Any last words, Heidi, for those watching? Any last recommendations for them?
Well, if you feel like you're just kind of struggling or floundering about and just you're not sure what to do next, and you're struggling with how to get to the next goal you have in your mind, at least reach out to Inez. I would really recommend it. It can seem overwhelming when you first start, but once you start going through the process, it really opens your eyes and makes a clearer picture for you. So I think that sometimes when you're trying to start a business and we focus so much on the training aspect that we forget about all the other stuff.
Yeah.
And there's so much more involved in it, and making a brand. So I have now got a brand for myself. Now, it's not known all over the world by any means, but in the 2 or 3 county where I am, people are getting to know me, and, you know, and my brand. So if I wouldn't have done the program, I wouldn't be sitting on the beach right now, because I wouldn't have had the money to pay for it. And I wouldn't have had the money to put in my savings account. I wouldn't have the money. And it's not just about the money either. If you're looking for peace of mind and how to build, like Inez said, a sustainable business, you know, you need to find something that's going to work for you. And for me, this totally did it. I'm glad I did it. There's not one ounce of me that has regretted anything about it.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Heidi. I'm so proud of you again. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to pop those in the comments, and I'll be around today, and we'll probably answer some if they come up. And Heidi, you're welcome to jump into if you want, if you have time on your beautiful vacation, but if not, no problem.
Today's a take it easy day. We spent yesterday on the beach, and today we already took a nap. So
wow, I love it. Awesome.
Yes. Well, thank you, Inez. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I'll see you soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.